So welcome back, you beautiful and amazing people. I'm some guy called Aaron, and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about the new album from Iron Maiden, Senjutsu, however the fuck you say it. Now, it took me a while to get into this, to even listen to it, should I say. And I got it the day it came out, and it took me until a couple of days ago to listen to it. I don't know what it is, why that is. For me, I just wasn't interested, to be honest, in a new Iron Maiden album, and it's not like me. I'm a big Iron Maiden fan, and to say I'm not interested in a new album from Iron Maiden, it's a bit of an odd one. So it took me a good few weeks to even get the first play in, and yeah, kind of mixed bag. So as always, the album art is amazing. I mean, stuff is it is awesome. It is awesome. It's Iron Maiden. You're gonna get some cracking artwork. It just comes part and parcel with Iron Maiden now. You expect an amazing album. It's just going to be a huge experience for the artwork, and then it comes with the amazing merchandise as always. But yeah, not many good points after that, in my opinion. It's an odd album for me. So let's talk about it. Let's get into the meeting. So there's So this album was broken up into two CDs. Not really sure why. It's not a hugely long Iron Maiden album, but you get some cracking artwork with it as well, a little bit extra. So that's a plus. More Iron Maiden artwork is always a good thing. So let's get into the first song, title track. This little Japanese vibe getting into it, and then yeah, not a bunch else to say onto that. And then for me, the best song on the album, Stratego. Normally this would be a B- Iron Maiden song, a pretty average, what you get you going sort of thing. It's an odd thing to say that the best song on an Iron Maiden album is pretty average, by their standards anyway, at least. But after the second song on the album, it goes down pretty hard, and I think this album has got a lot of problems. I think this is a pretty bad Iron Maiden album. So there is a lot of problems with this album. Like I've said, it sounds a lot B-side type stuff where they're, let's try this thing, let's try this. You can see they're wanting to expand and try this thing, it might work, try that thing. It's not doing it for me, to be honest. To me, it sounds they've played it safe, where they're like, it's experimental, but they've played it safe. They've done experimental things before. I think you look at the Dance of Death album, they tried new things there, and I think everything holds up extremely well and sounds amazing. Brave New World, I think, is probably their best album they've had in the 2000s years, and everything since then, it's been sort of downhill. I mean, Dance of Death album was a cracking album, but it's a long way down from Dance of Death, at least. Now, another one of the problems on this album is the production value. It is shocking. For one of the biggest bands in history, you have a just piss poor production. Just things don't sound right. I don't know if it's the layering is off, where if you're hearing Bruce, his voice is way back when it should be up there. It sounds flat. I mean, his performance in this album is shockingly shit. And for a man that has just one of the greatest voices in heavy metal, well, actually one of the greatest voices in singing, in music, his voice in this is just shite. Where he's just sort of at some points you're like, this is garbage. And then the production doesn't help, it sounds awful. You've got just guitar tones are just slightly too high, and I mean I don't know what is going on, but to me it's just not a great album. It really is. It's such a disappointment. I never thought I would say that about an Iron Maiden album. It's just so disappointing. And here we are. I'm shocked. I really am. I did not enjoy this. I've listened to it now half a dozen times, and I cannot get into it. I think it's just a B-side album, to be honest. I mean, it just doesn't sound good at all. But I like the theming of the album. I like the artwork. Stratego's, catchy tune. A little bit of odd things happening there, which I really like. The synth keyboard type thing going along with the singing is spot on. I really like that. But by the time you're at the back end of the album, you're sort of sat there going, is that it? Okay. That didn't grab me. I mean, you have albums like Power Slave where you're on this constant roller coaster of just emotional, high-pitched starts where they're screaming in your face with Aces High. You go through Power Slave, this huge monster, and then you have this amazing just length of Rime of the Ancient Mariner, just giving this amazing, epic, just poetic song. And then we come to this thing. I got bored. I got very bored. And it pains me to say it, and I don't know if it has anything to do with the certain members of the band, Bruce Dickinson, getting slightly political and putting sour notes on it. I don't know if it's just the time we live in now. I don't know if it's what's going on, but it's just there's something not right with this album. The production shit, the singing shit. There's a few little things that are going on in the album that are not good, and the songs are not enjoyable for me. So here we are, and I have to say, I think this is probably maybe a 2 out of 5 for albums. Yeah, I think I would have to go with that. I'm trying to work out, is this the worst Iron Maiden album ever? And I've got to throw in the Blaze Bayley back catalogue there and say there's a few songs on there that I really like. Klansman, Future Real. There's stuff on there I like. There's a few songs from both those albums that I like, and then I look at this album and go, there's one song. It's not a good thing. So I I think I might have to put it to the worst ever Iron Maiden album. And it's quite shocking to say that this is the worst Iron Maiden album. This is the worst Iron Maiden album. Yeah, 2 stars. Woo. So as always, thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy what I'm doing. I want to hear from you guys and let me know what you think on this. And as always, stay awesome.